cappers, gamblers, punters, hustlers, LoBaggers. It is Thursday at 2:30 LA time, and you're watching the LoShack and the Bag Show, and this is a dream come true for me. The baddest cappers I know in the same room breaking down this card. I am so excited. Before I introduce everybody whom you already know, before I do, I want to give a shout out to all the cappers joining us in the chat. Sean Robertson, TJ, Hobart Herberger, T. Swade, Odar Lira, straight out of Valenzuela, Headshot, Nick the Slick, Joe Lacari, Tiago Ruiz, Joe Ramirez, Breets Beats, Jake Bell, Bada Boom, Nairobi Pittman, Viper NB. Thank you guys so much for joining us. This is heaven to me, man. We got the Remy flowing. We got NHL, NBA, NCAA basketball, and that's all we're going to talk about for the rest of the night. It makes me so excited, and I'm so thankful to be rolling with this squad. First off, man, Whale Capper, live and direct on LoShack in the Bag. Whale Capper, can you say what up to all the squad watching the show wherever they at?
What is up, squad? Watching the show wherever you at. First of all, I got to say, we're coming out of the NBA All-Star break, and who do we assemble but the All-Star team of NBA handicappers to get after this card tonight. I cannot wait. It has been like so freaking long since we got to bet on NBA, and I am dying to get into this card.
Got that itch.
Got it.
Got that itch, man. I'm so excited to be rolling with you guys. Right beside Whale Capper, we have J Money is Money, who I got to meet for the first time today. Man, put a big smile on my face. J Money, can you say what up to the team?
What's up? What's up? Hey, I told you I was going to be in LA, man. We ready back. NBA is back, man. So, hey, we ready to kill it, man. Y'all see, we got the All-Star team. We finna kill it today, man. I'm sorry, the bookies, they hate that we together, but we finna kill it, man.
And his star on King's Court, his partner on King's Court, we got King Rail in the house on his DMs. You know how he rolls, man. He's got the guy's making moves. Shout out King Rail. Thank you so much for joining us. Can you say what up to the LoBaggers?
Hey, what up, LoBaggers? It's a privilege to be here, hanging out with everybody. I met my man Will, hang out with my man DJ again, Wham, my man Jimmy over here, and Ski. You see his jersey, y'all? Man, talk to this man. He total disrespect. Total disrespect.
Lonzo in the house. Ski Prophet. I'm so honored to work with you in NBA. I love every chance we get to hang. When we talk about sports, when we don't talk about sports, it doesn't matter. I love rolling with you. Can you give a shout out to LoBaggers?
Oh, most definitely. What's up, LoBag fam? I love rolling with you too, Jimmy. And I got everybody here that I like rocking with. And you know I had to get as close as I can to Red with my Laker jersey.
Mm-hmm. I love it. I love it. Big game today. I can't wait to talk Rockets, Lakers. But first, we're going to bang out this NHL card. We're not going to break down any games. Just going to let you guys know what I'm on. I have added one play. I was right about the market move that more money was going to come on the over 7, San Jose, Pittsburgh, and that's bad business taking over 7s. I'm on the under 7. I would have had to get a minus 135 on the morning show. I got a minus 120 at Heritage. I bet it at minus 125. I had tweeted that out. So that's my only addition to this card. I'm staying off Capitals at Leafs. We have Leafs coming off a 6-game road trip, which is a dangerous spot to be. We have the Capitals, who are continuing a 6-game road trip. This is game 5 of road trip, and they're flying all the way from California, which the NHL usually doesn't do to teams. Usually you get to go home after 4 games in California. I think it's a tough spot for both teams. I'm off that game. Then Hurricanes and Panthers. I want to back the Panthers. Hurricanes are a dangerous team. If you follow Corsi ratings quickly, this is a spectacular team. Rod Brindamore's done an incredible job. This team has the puck all day. They've outshot the opposition in 120 out of 180 periods of regulation. I want to back the Panthers game 6 of the 7-game homestand, but I'm going to stay off. Then I'm on the Devils, minus 1.5. We assume Duchesne is going to be sitting in the press box, moping around with a sad look on his face, but he wants to get it traded out of Ottawa. He just still wants to play with his team. And when his teammates see Duchesne fucking with tears in his eyes, not being able to play with his boys, it's just going to be, I think the Senators are going to lose out, basically. This is a minus 1.5. I got plus 202. I destroyed the line movement in that game by 40 cents. Plus 202 on the Devils, minus 1.5. I'm on the Rangers, money line, minus 111. We know the Wild don't have their second, third, and fourth centermen. They have 9 to 10 guys taking faceoffs. The defensive accountability is gone. When you're not sure if you're a center or a winger, you know you're a center for the faceoff, but then is your guy who's supposed to take over your position going to be there right away? Or should you follow through with the duties of a centerman for 10 seconds? It gets in your head, and you can't be accountable defensively. I'm on the Rangers, and that first line is flying. We know that first line. Kreider, Zuccarello. Now, I'm expecting Zuccarello to be in the lineup because we know he's on the trade block, but Kreider, Zuccarello, Zibanejad rolling. Then I'm on the Pens under 7. As we talked about, I'm also on the Penguins money line. It's time for them to step up, get on their roll towards the playoffs. I'm on the Flyers money line at plus 137. The Habs beat a very tired Blue Jackets team. I do not think the Habs are going to be rolling into this break. Then Sabres Lightning, I'm a Lightning minus 1.5 at plus 105. We know that Victor Hedman is dealing with an injury. He may not be in the lineup. I certainly want him to be in the lineup in this spot. I got the Predators minus 1.5 at plus 20 at home against the Kings. Babano was on the early show on the over 5.5 at a big plus line. I like that play. I respect the play. And, because this game is a bit of a later start, I may actually still jump onto that play, but I haven't made that move yet. Then Blues, Stars, I'm off of this. As you guys may know, Braden Shen will not be in the lineup for the Blues, going for their 12th straight victory. This is just a game that feels very uncomfortable. This is the kind of spot that you can lose a big streak against a Stars team that's lost 5 of 6. And I'm on the Islanders money line at the Oilers. I'm hoping that McDavid is still sick, and I feel like the Islanders want this back-to-back so badly because of their disappointing performance against Calgary last night. And T-Sweat says Victor Hedman skated yesterday, so most likely to play. That makes me feel good. And then finally, I'm on the Coyotes plus 111. We talked a lot on the early show about what the Canucks are going to be like without their 2 best defensemen. And Tanev is important, but Alex Edler is extremely important. He's the most important defender on our team. He runs the power play. He also makes those incredible outlet passes, so I expect the Canucks to score less and be scored on more. Therefore, I'm taking the road dog in the Arizona Coyotes. That's my spot. That's the NHL card. Let's move on from it and enter the National Basketball Association. I have a couple special guests that are going to be popping in my chair. So if you see me get up, know that we got a capper about to sit down, a capper whom I love, but a surprise guest. I'm not going to tell you who it is. You're going to have to see. And that is what's up. Let's begin this NBA card with the best NBA cappers I know. Why don't we start with you, Whale Capper? What's a game you want to start talking about and start breaking down?
Ooh, best game of the night without question. Celtics Bucks. There's no doubt. This is potentially second round Eastern Conference matchup, maybe Eastern Conference Finals. This might be the two
don't
best
say
teams. That. I know. I'm so exposed on the Raptors, and I'm all in basically that they're going to win the East. But these two teams are absolutely no joke. It's going to be interesting to see how Milwaukee does coming out of the break. A lot of times we see the teams that rely heavily on their shooting, they're a little out of sync. It takes a little bit of time for them to get their offense in rhythm. You combine that with the fact that the Celtics have an outstanding perimeter defense and that Kyrie Irving is back in the lineup. I think this is going to be a super competitive game, and I'm interested to see what the rest of our crew thinks. I personally found the greatest edge on the under in this one. I think this is going to be a defensive masterpiece by the Celtics, and I think they got a legit shot to get the win. And kind of curious if anyone out there either watching who's handicapping or of our crew is going to back them on the money line, because I couldn't see the Celtics pull off an upset tonight.
That's interesting because before we came in, we were talking, what do we think you're going to play on this game? And we thought you would play on the Celtics. So, and the point you made on me and Jimmy talked about it. When the Celtics win, they're going to probably play a little bit slower pace. They're going to play defense, and they're going to play slow. So I can see where you go with the under. And the Bucks, they're a great defensive team as well. So I will lean on that. But when I look at the game, it screams Bucks to me. And I hate that everybody's on it because that steers me away. But when the spread is -7 to -4, they're 9-5. They got the number 1 point differential in the league, plus 9.5. Jimmy already mentioned Mirotic. I love the addition. I love what he's going to bring. At the same time, Boston is top tier. They can hang with them, and this is a spot where they got to show it.
One thing I want to touch on is giant nationally televised game. Mirotic having to be, it's just not going to be a perfect match. I mean, there's going to be parts of the floor where he's at too early or too late. There's not going to be the kind of dynamic and flow that they're going to have in 10 or 15 games. And hearing Whale Capper on the under, I think that just makes a lot of sense in this giant and nationally televised game. J Money, Celtics at Bucks, 5.5 point spread. What do you think?
I like the Celtics, man. I can't say I got the 6. I mean, I got the full 6 with the Celtics, but this being a revenge spot, They just lost to the Bucks last time, 120-107. I mean, and that was at the house. You know what I'm saying? So the Bucks, they played a damn good game. I was on the Bucks in this spot, but this one I feel like it's gonna be like a zigzag this year. I mean, the Celtics, they won the first game against these two, and then the Bucks, you know what I'm saying, won the next one with revenge. I think it's the Celtics' turn. Like Will Kuiper says, I wouldn't be surprised if the Celtics won this game straight up. I did take the 6 points. I wouldn't call you crazy if you like the money line. So me personally, I like the Celtics in this spot. I feel like they're gonna keep the game close. If anything, I didn't take the money line, but I took the 6 points with the Celtics.
How does the no Gordon Hayward affect either the pace, the total, or the fact that you still want to back the Celtics?
It doesn't affect it too much. I mean, it would be nice if he was out there, but the fact that they're so deep, they have a deep bench. The Bucks are deep as well, and they're at the house. But I still feel like with Kyrie Irving out there, I mean, we know that he's not going to want to lose this game. I think he's going to show out tonight. You giving me 6 points? I mean, this could definitely come down to the wire. I like the Celtics plus the points in this one, even plus the 5.5. Gordon Hayward or not.
Well, Kepler, how do you feel about backing the Celtics squad without Hayward in the lineup?
I'm not as worried about it either. I would say in 2019 so far, Hayward is impressed. He's finally kind of integrated himself into his role in the team. Clearly in October, November, December, he was still kind of getting right. And it didn't really feel like he was giving us much of an effort on the defensive end either. And I felt like that was kind of where, Stevens was pushing him. Then it all kind of started clicking as they kind of came together as a team, I felt like in January. And, I think, the Celtics obviously have some locker room issues that they have to deal with. Kyrie Irving clearly is playing an interesting game. It's tough to really know what his end game is right now with all sort of the flirting going on with the New York Knicks. I got a funny feeling that the Knicks are going to be kind of left out in the cold and have to go and scramble and get like Kemba Walker or something this offseason when Kyrie signs a max deal to come back with the Celtics or something like that. But it still is a little weird. It's a little, it's a little bit, tenuous situation in the locker room that has me a little bit more nervous about how the guys are going to play together and who knows their role and who steps up. I think is a bigger concern than the fact that Hayward won't be there, right?
Yeah, and on King's Court, I would love if we could talk about whether, because everybody's saying the Celtics are better without Kyrie Irving, and I would love to kind of get into that conversation on King's Court if we could, because I find it extremely interesting conversation. Speaking of King's Court, King Rail, Celtics plus 5.5 right now. The total's gone down a point to 227. Celtics at Bucks, King.
I'm the opposite of everybody else. I mean, I guess I'll be the bad guy. I'm the villain. I'm the Bane in this Batman feature right here. You know what I mean? All the bad guys get together. You got Two-Face, Joker, Penguin, everybody in the house right here. Well, I'm going to be the bad guy. Hey, I'm on the Bucks over here, man. This Bucks team is – hey, y'all made valid points of why Boston should win this game. But Boston, no Hayward. That's going to be a problem for Boston. Kyrie Irving automatically slows down his offensive efficiency of this team when Kyrie's in the lineup. They had about a minus 6 points with him on the floor. So it's not working out. Well, plus 6 points, if I'm correct. Isn't that how you go, Ski? The opposite? Yeah. Plus 6 with him on the floor. Their points slow down. The Bucks have been rolling. Now you get a Mirotic who comes on there and joins the team. That's 17 points and 9 rebounds you're picking up. And a guy, Mirotic, who balls out for a team that he was hoping just to make the playoffs with. Now he gets a chance to make a fucking finals with a team and go get a championship with a team. I mean, I'm taking the Bucks here at home. Number one offensive team at home in the NBA. They put up buckets, bro, especially in the first half as well, too. This team is averaging 58 points first half. Look at the Boston Celtics team, where they're averaging first half about 55 points. I like the Bucks first half here, -3. That's the play I'm looking for, and the play I gotta hear my man Wham say, because Wham is always a Bucks first half player. So the Bucks being the first half -3 right here, Wham, tell me you on the same side as me, and we're gonna be the haters tonight.
Hey, I think we're gonna be haters, but I think they on the right path though for the full game. I think they're on the right path for the full game. That's why I told Ski before we walked up, I was like, hey, I think Will Capper probably be on the money line right here, because I could see this actually pulling off for Boston. And the reason why is because the last 3 games for the Milwaukee Bucks, we all know they want to just shoot threes. They want to get a lot of shots open. They actually been 27% from 3. On the other side, Boston been 40% from 3 on the last 3 games. So I'm looking at this game, trying to implement Mirotic in there that could be a definitely bad spot. And I heard a lot of you guys say something like that. So I think that could be a possibly bad spot. But like King says, this is a long team. They have the advantage all the way around. This is a way better long team than this team. So I think long term they could actually beat them. You know what I mean? In this case, I think they could actually get the spot though. I think Boston actually has a spot, but I already bet 2.5 on that first half early this morning. Like I said earlier on King's Court, I do it before I even brush my teeth sometimes.
Before anybody else speak on that, before y'all talking about it real quick, Boston last 3 games they averaged 61 points. I think they didn't have Irvin those last couple of games, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Irvin's in the lineup, 55 points. That's automatically 6 points right there. Your first half points that you're losing with him in the lineup. The ball slows down because he have to get his touches. He has to get his shots. Sometimes he also could turn into a running gun type of guy. Mm-hmm. He come down and get his shots. Now the team is rebounding, going back. And also Hayward not coming up the bench or not even providing his little rebounds. He gets to the free throw line. He's not doing a lot offensively that's explosive, but he gets to the free throw line and gets those little baskets. Now him not playing, he's gonna hurt Boston a little bit.
Most definitely, but I think for the most part, this being a national televised game, they have a lot of fans riding on this. There's a lot of things going on implementing this, and the NBA wants this to be a show, bro. So I think they're gonna be able to perform still. Kyrie could get ISO plays. They're gonna put certain matchups against, and it could always be some ref Tim, Gonaghy, whatever his name is, type shit. So we can always go back to there, but. For the most part, I understand a lot of the vibe there. But what you think, Ski? How you feel, bro?
I'm looking at it one last way. Boston's not that great on the road. Milwaukee's great at home. If you want, I have Boston right here, 3-6 as a dog or pick. Milwaukee 16-10 as a home fave, 12-7 versus greater than 55% win team. So they get up for competition.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Last year in the playoffs, Boston was pretty non-competitive in those 3 road games in Milwaukee.
Right.
Like it's that could be in their head.
Right.
Like they could walk in there like we can't make shots here. Like that's for Jaylen Brown, Jason Tatum. They did not play well on the road in those games at all. Mm. And Boston's going to count on them. A couple of things you kind of can, besides just Boston not being a great road team, they are pretty poor at getting to the free throw line. I have no idea why they cannot get fouls. But the teams that have had success against the Bucks, a lot of them have done it by getting to the line and kind of keeping them out of rhythm. So these are definitely red flags that kind of kept me from making a legit play on the Celtics tonight. And as far as the under goes, even if it's a relatively high scoring first half, even if the Bucks are up at half, I'm not really going to be all that concerned. And as somebody who I know you guys love in play, look out for this micro trend that's going on. Celtics fourth quarters are coming in so low. They really slow it down,
especially with they winning the game too. They slow it all. They kill the clock. I realize they kill the clock to maybe like 21 seconds before they take a shot. They kill it they do like a college team would do, dribble you out a little bit before they pull a shot up. So you're right. Real quick question to you, Will, about that game, how you saying with the under. Now, like I'm saying, with Hayward out, he's a guy who gets to the free throw line for the team. Is that part of the reason why you liking the under, because you see the free throw guy?
That's a big part of it. If you just take all of the kind of factors we've talked about aside and just look at this in terms of these are 2 playoff teams that are going to be positioning for like the Eastern Conference. They both consider themselves now likely
1 and 2,
right?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. They, when you have these kind of playoff atmosphere games late in the regular season, it's just a tighter game. Like the teams aren't playing wide open, like giving each other baskets and, all-star game type of feel. It is a much more like we are not going to expose our best stuff. We are not going to just, give you like the looks out of our, because, what is Brad Stevens is well known for? He has these out of timeout plays that are just bananas, right? But, he doesn't necessarily want to put all those on tape in this game so that the Bucks could, Bucks
take advantage of it.
Bucks are a well-coached team now. You don't have Jason Kidd back there anymore. They're a well-coached team.
And you're right. And part of what you're touching on, too, is the fact that the Bucks want to see what Mirotic will do right now. So they want to see how he matches up with their team against the team like the Boston Celtics, Philadelphia. They're not going to put everything out there for him right now, but you've been touching on a perfect thing. Second half of basketball right now it's a poker game.
Yeah.
Everybody's not trying to show their hand. You don't really want to show what you plan on. You don't really want to show a guy who you plan on defending in a certain way. your defense you plan on playing on them in the playoffs.
And that's a perfect segue into our next game, which is Houston and the Lakers, which I'm just going to come out here and say it. I think the Lakers is putting everything on the line. They don't care. They don't care right now. They're going to put everything on the line.
We'll get a drink.
Everything in this box into this game. And this is one of those nice games. They need this game. They really do need this game. I'm not going to really say too much. I'm just going to say I like the Lakers money line. Maybe it's a fan bet. I don't know. But I'm going to let my man Ski tell you exactly what's really going on behind the scenes here.
Yeah, pretty much all of the teams except for the Lakers, I cap just on majority on stats. Lakers, I follow enough to know like what's going on, what's going to happen, how they're going to feel, how they're going to come out. And we've already heard LeBron say it's playoff time. And they don't have that much more games to lose. So I'm banking on the Lakers to turn it on right here. I know that the Lakers are capable. The people who don't think the Lakers don't have a chance, they don't think they're capable. But I think they're capable. I know they're capable. And I think they're going to make a push. I think they're going to win 4 out of their next 5 games. And I'm willing to bet the money line if they're underdog, which is tonight. That's the one bet I've made already, Lakers money line. So I'm rocking with that.
Let me get Bobby before they finish because I hear this man Ski talking about the Lakers right now, but I want to hear what Jay Money had to say about it because this is my co-host right now, and I gotta see what side my co-host is rocking with. Because if he get on my side today, bruh, I don't know what I'm gonna do.
I don't know. We might not be having a show today. hey, I don't know what we're gonna do. I can't say I have to agree with Ski, man. With this, I mean, we know that LeBron is, you know what I'm saying, he's gonna try to turn it into playoff mode. They are at the house. It's his triple revenge. We saw the Lakers almost beat the Rockets in the you know what I'm saying, in Houston without LeBron. So that's very scary. We know that the Rockets sometimes when Harden just gets to playing the one-on-one ball, sometimes it doesn't really work out. I mean, I know that Chris Paul is back. I do like them better as a team. I just feel like in this spot, maybe the NBA wants to see the Lakers win this game. Maybe they want to see the Lakers make the playoffs. We know that the Rockets are going to be there. The Lakers need a little bit of help, pretty much, and I see it may begin to happen tonight. I mean, I like the Rockets as a better team, but you see this line flip. I mean, it seems like the Lakers are starting to get value now with the +3. This could be a close game. It could happen. I mean, Ski could cash his money line play with the Lakers. I could definitely see it. I mean, they may need a little bit of help from the refs tonight, but we saw this movie happen before. We know that LeBron is over there, the Lakers. They're not looking so good right now. All this drama with them. I could see them winning tonight is all I'm saying.
Man, I'm opposite you guys. I'm on the Rockets.
All right.
I laid the points. I sold out to 3.5 for +100. Mostly, and I get your take on the Lakers. I get that they could win 4 out of the next 5, but I booed the next 4, not this one. I get I've had a bunch of people message me and ping me. Are the Lakers going to make the playoffs? There's a bunch of props out there where it's pretty favorable price to back them to make the playoffs. It's really it looks good. It's a good looking number, right? Because what did we learn last year in the playoffs? It was don't count LeBron out, right? Like they were dogs in 2 of their 3 series and pretty closely lined against the Pacers.
Right.
Like that. When the push comes to shove, he is still the best player on the floor most nights. The problem is they don't defend the perimeter very well. The Rockets are coming in at full strength. Clint Capella's back out there. Harden and Capella, before Capella got injured, they had something very special going on. The pick and roll that they've been working on is just magical. You got Chris Paul now in as well. They, for the most part, it was a 2-man show with some shooting on the outside. Integrate Chris Paul in when you got some of the stars sitting for the Lakers, and I think the Rockets are going to be able to put just enough pressure on them that they could pull away because the Lakers don't defend the perimeter very well. If the Rockets, the Lakers' best chance, in my opinion, is the Rockets just are cold shooting, which is always possible coming out of the All-Star break. Crazy things happen. But I like the Lakers' chances to still make a playoff spot. The 7th seed is like the perfect situation for them, right? Like if they could just get into the 7th seed and draw the Nuggets in round 1, you're talking about LeBron puts a stamp on the Nuggets who are inexperienced in the playoffs, and then they get the Warriors round 2. That would be sick, right? Or actually, wait, I can't remember how the playoff seeding worked, but they go they would get the winner of the 3-6. Is it fixed in the playoffs? I think it is, right?
It's
They would get
fixed
the
in
winner
playoffs,
of the 3-6.
They play 3-6.
So, yeah, so they could avoid the Warriors potentially until the Western Conference Finals if they can get into that 7th seed, right? And they would have to finish something like
Lakers gonna be an 8
17
seed.
and
Lakers gonna be an 8 seed. But hold on, I mean, I know Ski wants to chime in. I'm gonna save mine for King's Court. But hey, are we doing a show tomorrow? It's a King and Will because J Money's on over here, so we might have to. I like how you just broke that shit down. I'm thinking we have a whole new show, SBR.
Yeah.
King and Will, or Will and King, however the fuck you want to call it. No, I'm joking around. I love this guy right here. I'm playing around, but go ahead. Hey, I'm gonna save all my hate for King's Court because guess what? I'm gonna make this man make me a bet. We ain't betting no change, but we see we both skinny. Somebody doing push-ups tonight. Somebody doing push-ups tonight. We're gonna have some kind of push-up battle going. We'll get that talking about in King's Court, but go ahead, Ski.
I just wanted to challenge Will. I know I would like it a lot as far as defending the perimeter if Lonzo was there because he's our best defender.
Yeah.
And our team defense is a lot better when he's there.
100% agree.
But at the same time, the last game when we played against Boston, at the end of the game, you heard Kyrie say Brandon Ingram is very long, and a lot of the lanes that were there, usually every other night, they weren't there when he was playing. So Brandon Ingram's a great defender as well. He can slow down or stop Chris Paul. He won't stop James Harden. He can slow him down maybe, but I just want to challenge that point.
Well, we got to move on to these last. We just got to touch quickly on these last games, and we're gonna spend more time with them on King's Court. But I'll tell you straight up, I'm on Rockets -3. I truly believe that Capella being back is enormous. Lonzo Ball being out. I think those are the most two important factors in this game. Capella back. No Lonzo Ball to defend the perimeter are the two most important factors in this game, and I'm on Rockets -3, +100 at Pinnacle. And I'm also on the under in the Celtics game, another spot that I'm rolling with Whale. I think that Mirotic is not, the flow is just can't possibly be smooth and right with him being integrated into a system that he's learning on the fly. And Budenholzer's a great coach. We know that he's just going to want Mirotic to fire from the outside, but it's still going to take time. So I got mine under 228 and -110 at Bovada. Now we've got to move on to college basketball, and we have our man Maxwell Smart joining us. But I would like to know a couple things. One, and if we could do this real quick and save the most of the important stuff for King's Court, but Suns Cavaliers. I'm just straight off of it. I'm not going to watch it. I'm not going to follow it. I don't care what happens in it. I'm just moving on. I don't know if any of you guys got to play there.
You got a bag?
Yeah. I feel you.
I'll just talk real quick.
Sure.
When I look at it, I mean, I like the players the Suns have.
Mhm.
They just got Tyler Johnson. I think he's going to help them a lot. They needed a point guard. So I would look towards the Suns' way if I'm looking anyway.
Before you move off of that game, talk to this man about that game.
Hey, I'm with my guy Ski. I'm on the Suns tonight, man. I know they done lost 15 straight games, like I was telling Real. You're not gonna want to lose forever, man. You're a professional player out there. You got people calling your phone, man. Y'all suck, man. Come on, y'all gotta win. Y'all gotta win at some point, man. What y'all gonna do? Look, go for the losing streak of the year? Come on, man. You done lost 15 straight games. The Cavs actually have been playing well lately, but I feel like after that break, that's gonna cool them down. You know what I'm saying? They were hot. They damn near beat the Nets. They deserved to win that game. We know they lost in triple overtime, which was, you know what I'm saying, good. The Nets ended up covering the spread in that game. But anywho, I like the Suns here, man. I'm sorry. It's the battle of both bad teams. The Cavs are at the house, but I like the Suns. If you look at the rosters, I even like the Suns players better. Like Ski says, addition of Tyler Johnson. Give me the Suns here, man. I already bet it. I like it even more now.
And I am telling, you guys want to know, I tell my man J Money already at the beginning of the day with that bet. When he told me about it, I jumped on it myself. That's the play that I'm on. Ski's on it as well. I'm even more confident in it. Will, what's your thoughts on it?
That was like the first one off my card. I promised myself I wasn't going to do more than 3 plays on the night back because it's just there's crazy shit happens when you're coming out of the All-Star break. But I'll tell you what, some crazy shit happened with the Cavs during the All-Star break.
Oh yeah, right, yeah. Oh shit, that's funny, right?
It would not surprise me if their minds are not necessally
on that game. They thinking about Jordan Bell. What's her name? Yeah, thinking about.
But,
I'm thinking about her too. Hold on, I'm hanging around DJ. I'm sorry, babe. Hanging around DJ.
Thompson wasn't going to be in the game anyways. The bullshit that Tristan Thompson brings into the dressing room is would make me want to get him the fuck out of the dressing room. That stuff is just fucking annoying, having these fucking house parties while he's rehabbing a foot injury. Fuck off. I hope that Marquise Chris can be an asset for this Cleveland squad. But you're right, the lineups, this is a much better lineup over here with the Suns. Now, I actually said that about the Knicks-Cavs game, and I like the Suns lineup much better than the Knicks. But I thought when the Knicks were in Cleveland, the Knicks had a better lineup. They lost that game 107-104. I'm just staying off of it. Nuke Suber saying college b-ball. We're going to get to it, but I want to take the Sixers at this spot. And I was wondering if any of you guys could take a minute or just a minute, because we got to get on to college basketball. And we'll save Blazers, Nets, and we'll save Celtics, Bucks we'll save the Kings, Warriors for the late show. I've got no play on Kings, Warriors. And you know what? If you guys could maybe just after we talk just briefly about this Sixer spot, if you do have any plays on the card, you could share them with the LoBag fam. But I feel like Boban in the middle with a little bit of Amir Johnson. I know Amir's playing poorly. I feel getting 5 points is a great spot for the Sixers. We're talking about another guy in Dragic who's going to take some time to get comfortable. Even if he plays, we don't even know if he's playing.
My man Jimmy is a brilliant guy over here. You guys hear this? He came to LA, probably got a hand on some of that good ass bud, and became a straight fucking genius. He's already on that notch, but he hit that shit. He's there. Fucking 76ers is the play, you guys. I don't see how the Heat's to play. I mean, when the Heat were to play at +9, the Heat were to play at +8.5. They might have been to play at +6.5. You could have still grabbed the 7. But now you give me the 76ers at a -5, bro?
You know what?
With Harris out there?
You can't get the 5 anymore.
The 5 is gone?
5 is gone. 5.5s now. The 5 is gone.
If you put 5, I mean, you need 6 to win anyway.
You still need 6 to win anyway, so you still getting the same kind of line. All you can buy down, I mean, you're looking for the push, take the 5.5. You're looking to win, maybe take the 6. But I think the way I cap this shit, 76ers still win this game without Embiid. Jim touched on it, man. With Amir Johnson and Boban out there, yeah. I have to look at Boban as a different kind of center in the game. I can't look at him to go. I can't expect him to be a Shaq, DeAndre Jordan, or one of these type of guys. I gotta look at him to be the semi-Sabonis, but the older Sabonis with the bigger knees. He looks like a carpenter out there when he fucking play basketball with them big ass knee pads he have on. But he goes out here, he rebounds, he plays decent defense, and he's slower. But all he does is look for the right passes. He doesn't make dumb decisions on the offense. Now, you watch the 76ers team who had a lot of turnover situations. They turned the ball over a lot. With Boban out there, they won't have so many opportunities to turn the basketball over because he's not going to make them dumbass charges. He's not going to make them dumbass mistakes. He's going to rebound the ball, look for an open guy. He's going to get Harris more shots. He's going to get Butler more shots. And give me Philly here, -5. I don't want the 9. I missed that. I missed it on purpose. I love Philly in this spot, -5 and -5.5. You missed your chance on the Heat. I think everybody missed their chance on the Heat. J Money?
I don't know, man. I'm sorry. It looks like the Philly would be the play here. I got people hit me up on Twitter like, oh, Philly is a play, man. I told them, go look at the injury report, man. Not so fast, man. I know that Embiid is out, but that's not the thing. The 76ers have been owning the Heat lately. They're 4-0 straight up and ATS against them the last 4. And this is playoff revenge. These teams played in the playoffs last year, and like I say, the 76ers just own the Heat. Embiid is the main one that's always having the big game. He always abuses Whiteside out there. I mean, Whiteside just can't do anything. That's the reason why usually they, beat up on the Heat. He's not in this game. I feel like this is the Heat's opportunity to get back at the 76ers. I got +6 with the Heat. I'm rocking with it all day. I know this is a away game, but I feel like they're 15-7 in road ATS road games this season. So they're the best ATS road team in the NBA this season. I got to rock with the Heat getting the 6 points with a big star out. I can't say, like I say, I did get the 6, but I feel like this could be a close game. The Heat might even pull the upset tonight. I know the 76ers got some damn good trade, acquisition, whatever, but I just feel like that the Heat will come to play, and they know that Embiid is not playing. This is their turn to exact some revenge on the 76ers for their playoff series loss.
And the 2 late games, it's just half an hour late, or there's 3 actually, but the games we haven't touched on, the Warriors game will hammer on Kings Court, and the Nets game will hammer on Kings Court. And you wanted to add something?
Yeah, I mostly agree with J Money. I mean, I just want to throw a couple stats out there. Sixers 1-3 without Embiid. He already touched on them. Number 1 in the NBA against the spread on the road. 12-7 as a road dog. When the spread is +5 to +8, they're 4-1. And it's been under 8 of the last 12 games for Miami, under 6 of the last 8 for Philadelphia. It might be an under game.
I got a question, though, about real quick. I know we got to move on, Jim. But we saw, Will Capper, too. We saw how Miami shot the lights out against the Warriors team. Do you see that against Philadelphia? I mean, I know Warriors, they have better defense, so they want to play defense. and they could have a better perimeter defense, but the Warriors didn't play any of that game, and we know Philadelphia has a hard time playing perimeter defense. Yeah. Do you kind of look at over, or do you see that is that what's going to possibly keep Miami in the game? Is it 3-point shooting?
I'll tell you what, this was the easiest one for me to scratch out. and J Money brought up the playoff series from last year, gave me good. I think I got every play I made on that series, game by game. I think I got everyone wrong. Like I was so sure that like, oh man, Spo down, chips are down. He's gonna play physical defense. Right. And what do? They were just hammering Simmons. They put him on the line so many times. They got so physical. And like the game had no flow. There were so many whistles and so many fouls. Mm-hmm. And like I was like, this is a beautiful under spot. And then like it was like 121 to 119. And I was like, are you joking? Like I could not get that series right. And I was like, I'm staying away from every Sixers Heat game this year because that like Spo, it's in his head. Like he doesn't really know how to beat the Sixers. And I kind of I capped the game and I was like, there's an edge on the Sixers even without Embiid at 5.
I think so for sure.
I felt the same way.
I was like, I can't.
I made that same fucked up shit with the Blazers in the playoffs last year. So yeah, I feel you.
yeah. Don't even bring that. That's a series that don't even
bring that one up.
We've got to roll on, guys. Ski bring up a nice point about the Heat having a defensive rebounding advantage. I'll tell you what, though, about shooting out the lights. That was, I believe, the third game of a road trip. The boys hanging out together in a rhythm. Now they're coming off of an all-star break. There's going to be no rhythm. They will not be shooting out the lights from the perimeter. That is my expectation in this game. So I think that the under would be something interesting, and I will take a look at it. But we have to move on to college basketball. We have none other than Maxwell Smart in the house, whom we love dearly. His LoBag play today cashed easily. Yesterday, cashed by what, like 20 points or something?
Man, I was loving it.
Cashed easily, and I needed it badly. I'm on a bad run this week, and I expected to change, with the help of my man, Maxwell Smart. Max, how are you, homie?
Can't hear you,
Decapping, trying to get all these bets in. But I think that we're in a good position. We got an all-star cast on the couch, ready to have a good night. So let's get right into it.
Well, Max, we're all going to ask you about some games that I know that you wanted to touch on. There's some games that you were looking at more than others. So we're going to start with those. I'm going to start by asking you about this spot with South Dakota. So let me, a lot of line movement here at SBR Oddside, but South Dakota State versus IPFW. We've already had a couple people in the chat saying IPFW is the play. Also, just before we move on, I did take the Sixers minus 5.5 at minus 105, and that was available at Heritage. So I made 3 NBA plays. I'll go over them again before we finish the show. But Max, let's start with South Dakota State versus IPFW. What are you thinking here?
Yeah, I'm thinking also IPFW. I took them plus 10.5 already. I'm just thinking that with guys like Kason Harrell and Matt Holba, they're able to really get some good scoring from their complementary pieces, and that's not even including the 3-point efficiency of John Konar. This Summit League has definitely shown a lot of parity, and there are some teams that are really getting up for playing South Dakota State. Listen, South Dakota State's a really tough first half team at home. Me and Mr. Puckline, we've been making good money on them all year on that. I think that if I'm going to be playing a first half in this game, I'll definitely be looking towards South Dakota State. I just think that the way that IPFW's been playing on the road with 2 outright wins and 3 ATS covers in their last 3 games, I think that they're going to be up to the task tonight. They have the kind of potent offense that can go bucket for bucket with Mike Daum and David Jenkins and Tevin King and Skylar Flatten. And I think it's just going to be a really exciting game. I don't think it's going to be as high scoring as the first one, but I'm definitely on IPFW full game plus 10.5.
IPFW full game plus 10.5. The market is with you. There's now just 10s available that I see a lot of people on. I'm going to keep looking at that game, maybe jump on it. Shekel says, wrong cup, Jimmy. You're right. That's the cup full of water, not the sweet, sweet Remy. This guy knows what he's talking about, man. This guy's laser focused right now. Laser focused. And Noli Knows says, Max, your call on Long Beach State needs some praise. That was a great, great, great breakdown you had yesterday. Respect, man. Let's keep rolling. You guys got games you want to ask about? Whale Kepper, what are you thinking?
Max, you got to hit me up. You got are my College of Charleston Cougars? They gonna get it done versus William and Larry?
I actually looked pretty hard at this game, and I definitely had to take into consideration what Bobano was pointing out in this game earlier on the LoBag show. But I'm going with Charleston tonight. I definitely think that Jarrell Brantley and Grant Riller are the 1 and 2 pieces for this offense, but I think that they're going to win this game with defense. I think that Nathan Knight is definitely a really nice 6'10" athletic piece for William and Mary, but this team is just missing the 3-point assassins that they had last year. And I think that unless you're getting a really good 3-point shooting performance from a guy like Matt Millian or Chase Oddage, William and Mary is just outclassed in this game. I think that Charleston needs to continue their ascent, and I think that they need to get all the boo birds off their back because people are talking about them not being able to win on the road in conference. And I think against a team like William and Mary, where they have a lot of matchup advantages, I think that they're going to do that tonight. So I'm going to take Charleston on the spread, and I'm going to actually look towards the under. I'm going to watch the game live the first 3 or 4 minutes, and depending on what the scoring's going on, I will be jumping on the under live. But for you, Will Capper, I'm definitely going with Charleston tonight.
I love it.
All right, I got a question for Max.
Sure.
Max, I got a question for you, man. We touched on it last night on King's Court too, man. And I want to tell you my apologies for having you tell me, if you did tell me in that game last night, I had no clue the man Nike was gonna fly off his shoe like a bootleg firecracker on the 4th of July. My bad, bro. It's like a bottle rocket. You throw in some Sprite bottle, his shit exploded. My bad if you tell me on that, Max. But guess what? The other play we had, that first half and full game cash. So thank you for that play. But Vermont over here for me, man. I have a question when it comes to the Vermont UMBC game. Anthony Lamb. Is Vermont a one-man show? The man's averaging 20 points a game, shooting over 50%, and the top rebounder for this team. They already lost to UMBC before. They're playing them again now. Should Vermont be a favorite in this game?
Oh, absolutely Vermont should be a favorite in this game, and Vermont is a deeper team than just Anthony Lamb. They got a very nice Canadian piece from Durham region and Steph Smith, and then they got the trio of Duncan brothers, Ernie, Everett, and Robin. This is a team that has shown that without Anthony Lamb in the lineup, they are capable of maintaining their status in the conference. And I think against UMBC tonight, there's going to be some intense revenge. Not only did UMBC win by 13 on Vermont's home floor without Anthony Lamb in the lineup, well, Anthony Lamb's back. And if you've been watching in the last couple games, the man is on fire. He is looking like an NBA pro right now. And I think tonight, although UMBC has been playing very well in conference, or 9-3 in conference, this is a team that needs to and relies on getting all the offensive glass. And I think that with a team like Vermont's a very effective scoring team. They don't rely on the 3-point shot like a lot of high-octane offenses in college basketball. This is a team that is cool, operating on the low post, operating on the low block. They're a great, very team balanced basketball. They pass the ball. They're not looking to get their own. They want to win. They want to win this conference. They want to win the conference tourney, and they want to show what they can do in March. So I think tonight, all eyes are going to be on Vermont tonight, and they're going to have to make a statement against UMBC. I am very close to this Vermont team as a fan, and I know that I have to stop betting with my heart like our Nevada Wolfpack last night. But I'm going with Vermont. They're getting revenge tonight. It's time to return the favor. They're going to force turnovers. They're going to be efficient with their 3-point shots, and they're going to get to the free throw line and show what all collegiate basketball teams should do when they get fouled is make their fucking free throws.
Don't worry about the Wolfpack, Max. We had snow in Vegas last night. That wasn't your fault. Our whole world was fucked up. It was all fucked up. We didn't know what we were doing. They weren't the Wolfpack last night. There was a bunch of fucking little cubbies out there. They weren't even in a fucking pack. There was just a bunch of little straggly ass kittens running around there lost. Not your fault, Max. It was the weather's fault. Blame NASA.
Yeah, I like it. I like it.
Yeah, I got a game I want to ask you too about, Max. Speaking of College of Charleston, they just beat Northeastern last time. Before that, Northeastern had won 4 straight. What do you think about this game versus Northeastern versus James Madison?
Yeah, this is going to be a real interesting game and probably not a popular pick because I've seen a lot of people that are on James Madison tonight. Listen, James Madison has to do work on the offensive glass for this versus this very guard-oriented lineup for Northeastern. The only actual big man that sees good minutes is Anthony Green, and I think that he's going to have his hands full tonight with Zach Jacobs and DeVell Phillips. The key for this for me in this game is Northeastern's defense. This is a team that limits their opponents to 28% from deep. They're shooting 41% and they're making 10 a game. This is a team that can get to the line, and when they get to the line, they make their free throws. So in the end of the game, those free throws are going to matter. Those makes are going to matter for our cover. I am worried a little bit versus when it comes to ATS stats for Northeastern because they are 0-5. They are 0-5 versus teams above 500 in this point range. So I'm definitely thinking that Northeastern isn't going to have a hangover from the Charleston win. And I think that tonight they're just going to expose James Madison's lack of ability to keep up scoring-wise. And I don't think that Stucker Mosley or Darius Banks are going to go off tonight. So even though this line has moved from 13 to 11.5, I'm going to jump on Northeastern, and I'm going to say that they hold court tonight.
Cool.
I like that play.
Hey, Max, I have a game I'm looking at. It's going to be NC Wilmington at Elon. And I see pretty much everybody smashing the over. I see it went up from 151.5 to 153.5. And it looks like everybody's smashing Elon, too. Elon can be had at pick or +1. You have any feel on this game, Max?
Yeah, this is another revenge spot where Wilmington just needed to shoot better, and they needed a better start. They got behind, and they really just couldn't play good enough defense to come back and beat Elon. This is a team that's proven that they can score against this Elon defense. I look for a couple guys to really have big games tonight. And it's two of my favorite guys on this Wilmington squad. It's Ty Gadsden and Kai Tays. Gadsden's had a 22-point game the first time these guys met. I think Kai Tays, he is a very good distributor, probably one of the best in the CAA. He's going to give you a double-double in assists and points. It's just a matter of him cutting down on turnovers and not running into charges. I think that Wilmington is going to get revenge tonight. I think that they're going to win on the glass. I think that they're going to share the ball. I think that they're going to be strong on the ball and not allow any ball pressure to force any unforeseen mistakes like stepping out of bounds, trying to get to a loose ball, all these kinds of stupid plays that we just shake our head at when we're watching college basketball. Definitely be aware of Steven Santa'Anta and Tyler Sebring. They are the offense for Elon. They did go off the last time these two met, combining for, I think, 58 points. You really have to contain Steven Santa'Anta. If you can really double team him in corners and use your guards to really flush him off the line and make him pass the ball off, I think that you're going to have a lot of success versus this Elon team. The way that I'm playing this game is I'm going to take Wilmington -1, and I'm going to take the under 153 in this game. I think that there's going to be way less scoring, and we're not going to see a 95-point second half like we did the first time.
What's up, Max? Man, it's DJ Big Boss, man. I'm glad to see you, man, because I got somebody that can relate to me, bro. Because they went ham on me yesterday. I got so many unfollows and I was just trying to guide a young 25-year-old man down the right path, and you know, they beat me up for it. So, you know, I went ahead and I had to go to church this morning, you know, proud member of the Church of Hope, HOEP, Church of Hope. So they told me I could do a lot better, and I got another message for y'all today. But let's get into some serious stuff because I'm getting my wheels back going. Let's go to this big game today, Max. I got 2 plays today. I'm going to give them both to you, and you can run them back real quick. So I'm looking at the big game today, Michigan, Minnesota. I was trying to find every reason to take Michigan today. But as I was looking through and doing my capping, my man Noli, his motto he had on the show the other day just kept hitting my head and hitting my head and hitting my head. And basically, he told you at the end of his motto is that basically the line setters is telling you what to do in this one. The last game that they had was a close game, and it ended up staying under. And this game is going to be a close game. It's going to end up staying under too. I took it at 133 this morning. It's already down to 131 right now. So I'm liking the under in the Michigan game. And then the other play is this Jacksonville State, Morehead State game. Now, I'm an advocate of Jacksonville State, but I rode with them so many times, and they don't really close games as good as they should. Now, tonight out there in Jacksonville, they're giving out free pizza to the students. I don't know if that's going to make a big deal, if anything going to happen, but I say they don't close this game again. This Morehead State, last time I watched that game, of course I was on that game, Morehead State came within 4 in the fourth quarter of that game, and I think Morehead State gives them a run for their money. One thing that I've noticed about the OVC is that they don't play enough. They have so many days off that when it's a culture shock when they come back and they have to climb back up on that mountain to get it going. So I'm gonna take Morehead State plus the 10 points. I think it started off at 10.5, or some places had 11, but it's down to a solid 10 right now. I got it at 10. What you think about them two plays, Max?
Yeah, well, you know me. If Noli knows is supporting an under, pretty much I don't need to take any time. I don't need to cap anything. I just need to follow Noli because, like I said before, I'm hitting over 80% on his plays. So I definitely support that. I can understand why the line movement is moving. Michigan has definitely shown an inefficiency to score on the road, and they do have some free throw woes in the second half, not necessarily all game. I think that the size that Minnesota has and the length that their guards have will give a lot of trouble to the Michigan guards tonight. And you're really going to have to rely on Xavier Simpson to really facilitate the offense and get guys into positions where they can get good shots, because when you have a guy like Jordan Murphy and Daniel Turo and Dupree McPhee and Amir Coffey, you got a lot of size and a lot of length. And if they're any good at closing out on jump shots, that's definitely going to have an effect. So I can see definitely where you're coming for the under. I can definitely see a Minnesota-Wisconsin type score where it doesn't even hit 120. And then as far as your second pick, unfortunately, I think that I'm going on the other side. I know that I preach about having to take these double-digit favorites in conference and how familiarity and rivalries and geographical proximity play a big part in it. I just think that this Jacksonville State team is a much different team to bet on as a favorite on the road and at home. I remember for my first Kings Court episode, I took Jacksonville State as a 4.5-point favorite versus Eastern Kentucky, and as you can tell, I still have a bitter taste in my mouth from that game. I have seen a lot of Jacksonville State watching it on the computer and on TV, so I do feel pretty confident and pretty secure with taking them as a 10-point favorite at home. So I'm going to have to go head-to-head with you, DJ Big Boss, and I hope you cash.
You take offense?
I take no offense, Max. You know, it's actually a good thing that sometimes we on different sides. That just keeps it real right there, man. And I got one note for all these sensitive people out there. I got a little something responsible to say. You know what I'm saying? If you out there and you got kids, man, fuck them kids, man. Let me tell you about kids, man. Kids, they usually, all of your troubles is usually the kids. Why do you drink? The kids. Why you ain't got no money? The kids. Why you ain't cashing? The kids. It's the kids, the kids, the kids, the kids, the kids. Check this out. I'm going to open up me a little daycare, right, for my little youngsters around 4 and 9. And I'm going to get them out there doing some real stuff. You know what I'm saying? Carry the groceries in sometime, little kid.
Yeah, right.
You know what I'm saying? You know, cap this game right now. You know what I'm saying? I'm going to have a little 9-year-old girl right there. She's going to be able to do your taxes, bro. I'm going to put these kids to work so when I can set them off into society on the right level, man. But you know what I'm saying? For right now, man, the hell with them kids, man.
Respect.
What you think, Jimmy?
You know what? You know what? I want to roll with you for the rest of my life, Big Boss. That's what I think. We got to keep rolling through some of these college games. We are running out of time, Max. We got to speed up quicken the pace. We need a brisk pace, as our man, the legend Lodos Loshak would say. Max, you've had such a great read on both these teams. Sacred Heart at Farley Dickinson. Farley Dickinson opening up at 3.5, heavily juiced, but now 2.5. 2 at Bet Online. This total's gone down from 163.5 to 160. Max, Sacred Heart at Farley Dickinson.
Yeah, I worry about this game for FTU. FTU versus Sacred Heart, they match up very well. For FTU, they got to get their big men going, and they got to get them shooting well from the field. Caleb Bishop has 3-point potential. Get him open. Get him good looks at 3. I'm telling you, you won't regret it. Mike Holloway Jr., he's going to have a job tonight. He's got to go up against EJ Ananowski of Sacred Heart. You got to keep him off the glass. You got to keep him off the 3-point line. Even though he's not that effective a 3-point shooter, he will hoist it up. So you really got to be aware of that. Protect the paint area versus Sacred Heart team. They have the guard depth that can drive. They try and speed the pace up. I think FDU is going to be able to keep the pace to their sides. I think that they're going to use their 3-point shot. I think that's going to be key for them in this game. And I just love the guard play that FDU is going to have at home with Jahiel Jenkins and Darnell Edge and Xavier Malone Key. This is a team that really has to stay out of foul trouble, and they just have to limit the 3-point shot makes against them. Force turnovers. Nothing helps more against a team that tries to go a little too fast like Sacred Heart than forcing turnovers. So give me FDU. I got them at -2. I see them at -2.5. I'll take that also.
Yeah, well.
Okay, bro. Man, shout out to you, Max. You doing your thing, man. We appreciate you, that's for sure, bro. LoBag LA, we definitely appreciate you. I got this question though, man, about Hofstra Towson. We know Towson is there. Are they at home? I mean, and if they are, how do you feel about this game, bro?
Yeah, definitely a hard spot for me to get on Hofstra. Definitely going to be looking at Hofstra in the first half. I think that they got to use their zone to really frustrate Towson. Towson relies offensively on Brian Fobbs, and if you can stop Towson from moving the ball side to side and really staying in position and stopping any slashers from being able to slash and pass, I think that you're going to have a lot of success defensively versus this Towson team. I think that for Hofstra, it really just comes down to Justin Wright Foreman and Eli Pemberton. If these two guys are on point, I think that they give Towson a little reality check. I'm going to be looking to back Hofstra in the first half. I'm not sure about full game right now.
Sound good to me, bro. I appreciate that.
Do you have any plays that you're looking at hammering out today on
that was one of them right there. Yeah. I was looking at Hofstra, and if I'm really want to dive deep,
can I ask Max a question?
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah, most definitely.
Hey, Max, I got a question for you. The Zion injury that we saw happen last night, what you see, we was talking about it as a group of guys. Do you think he should come back and play once he's ready to come back and play? Or you think he's just in this college career right now and wait for the NBA?
And Max, before you do, we went over the lines this morning. We went over all the lines because betonline.ag has given out the line. So you know what? Why don't you answer that question, and then I will give the actual lines for Zion coming back. What do you think, Max?
Yeah, of course Zion's coming back. He chose to go to Duke. He wants a collegiate experience. He's playing with probably the best lineup in college basketball. How could he not want to come back? NBA is going to be there for him. He doesn't have to worry about injuries. There's all different types of surgeries and therapies that you can go through to heal from an injury. I think that he'll be back. I think he'll be back with a fury. And I think that Duke is going to be extra motivated to silence the naysayers and saying that, well, Zion's gone. We can't do anything now that Zion's gone. This is still a very talented team. I think that they're very close with Zion friend-wise, and I think that they're going to be encouraging him to come back, and I think Zion will come back because he's a team guy. He's not a selfish guy. He's not a Dennis Rodman type character, so I expect Zion to come back.
Max, I agree. I think we'll be back, and this is what you get right now if you are making a move on this. Sorry, let me pull it up. You get plus 150 if he's going to be back in the regular season, plus 175 ACC tournament, plus 250 NCAA tournament, and then the plus 275 if he does not return this season. That's straight out of betonline.ag, putting out odds on that. I love it.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I got another one, bro. Oh, go ahead. You got something to say?
No. You guys go on.
Oh no, okay. I have a question here as well, bro. It's rotation 671, 672. It's the Southeast Missouri State. They're going to Austin P. What you think about that one, bro?
Yeah, I'm definitely going to be on Austin P tonight. This is a team that, on average, beats teams by 14 points or 11-3 in conference. They won by 18 the first time. They killed it in the first half, and I'm actually going to be looking to bet on them in the first half and the full game because their first half home winning margin is 11 points. So you're going to get some value at the spread where it is right now. I think that this Austin P team has shown over and over again that they're capable of making free throws. They have very effective field goal and shot selection amongst their roster, and they got Terry Taylor. So you can't go wrong with a guy like that. He's coming off a 42-point game with 18 rebounds. This is a team that plays 33% three-point defense, and I think that they're going to force a lot of turnovers. This is a team that really gets on you. They're ball hawks. And I think that when you got two guys like Steve Harris and Zach Chioda who can end the game with free throws, I'm very confident Austin P. I'm going to take them first half and full game tonight.
Wow. The over, please.
Okay, so I got a question here as well. It's 85% going on the over. The line look like it's moving that way towards 148 right now. You think you like any value on that over?
Well, it just depends on what we're going to get out of SEMO. If they're going to get 65 points, then I think that this over is definitely going to hit because you can expect Austin P to score anywhere from 78 to 86 points at home. So it's really going to just come down to how SEMO is scoring. And if we learned any lessons from that, where was it? Northern Colorado, Idaho? No, it was the Eastern Washington, Colorado over. If Idaho isn't scoring, that over isn't hitting, and it's the same ideology tonight with SEMO. If they're not scoring, this over is not hitting.
Appreciate you.
So real quick, Max, you follow up. So you say you like the over because I was going to take the over in that college game. That's one game I did look at was the Austin P over. But if you relying on one person, like an NBA, if I'm relying on one person, like a team like the Pelicans for me, Anthony Davis to go out there and score the points for me and give me the over, the rebounds I need, I kind of lay off of it. So you would kind of lay off of the over then? And you would kind of like, because to me at that price, I think I missed it. I missed it by 2 points already. It already went up a little bit on me. Do you think I should in-play it? Is that an in-play line you saying? Probably catch it at maybe a 137, 138. Maybe I can catch it there and the game cashes at 142.
Well, I was actually projecting 142 to 145 on this game. So I think that really, if it comes down to free throws and SEMO's fouling at the end, I think that you could hit the over. I just don't have a big enough edge at the number that it is for me to lay on it with such a big card on tonight.
Hey, thank you, Max. I was just trying to prove to other guys that I'm a Rain Man. Just like you. Numbers play in my head. Just like little daisies and bottles of Hennessy. It floats around. But hey, I'm done. Jimmy the bag.
Yeah. Can I get one?
Yeah,
question?
please do.
So yeah, Max, it feels like Hampton Pirates are being a little disrespected. Only -6.5 against Longwood. I know feels like a bounce back spot for them after they underperformed this weekend. Am I missing something in this game? You think there's any value on Longwood, or does Hampton take care of business at home?
I'm actually going to be backing Longwood because I think that they finally figured out how to run their offense without Isaiah Walton. Isaiah Walton's been a very dysfunctional individual on the team. He's still on the roster, but he's not seeing any minutes. And you've really seen the bar be passed to Jashawn Smith, who is really capable of playing at all three levels on the offensive side of the floor. And I think that if you run the offense through him tonight, I think that Longwood's able to stay in it. I think that another adjustment that Longwood's made since Isaiah Walton's gone out of the lineup is Lorenzo Phillips is taking less three-point shots. The less three-point shots this team takes, the better. If they're taking 25 attempts and making 10, that's the kind of range that I want this Longwood team in. But if they're hoisting up any more than 30 a game, that's a recipe for a loss. I think that Lorenzo, obviously, if he's avoiding the threes and taking it hard to the bucket, which he's been doing a good job of, and getting to the line and making free throws, goes, I think that Longwood is definitely going to be worth a look here. My X factor for Longwood is Jordan Citron. He's got to avoid foul trouble. He's got to stay on the floor, and he's got to be effective offensively. I know what I'm going to get defensively from him. I just can't count on him every game to come with that third scorer mentality. So even with all that being said, I just think that Longwood tonight is getting a little too many points. I do understand why the line has moved from 7 to 6.5 and a little more down. I just think that there's offensive weapons on Longwood that can contain the offensive weapons on Hampton, being Jermaine Morrow and Kalen Fisher. So I'm taking Longwood plus the points tonight.
Good stuff, man. Well, good news for you. I am a college basketball mush, so if I like Hampton, then Longwood is a shoo-in. So good looks, man.
Right, and Max, I just wanted to ask you one more quick question real quick. Y'all know me, man. I'm Revenge Game J, man. Radford beat Winthrop by 19 points on the 2nd of February. Now they're facing up again. Radford, this line has moved down from 6.5 to 5. What are you thinking? You think Winthrop could get this covered tonight, possibly the outright win versus Radford?
I want Winthrop to get the cover and the outright win tonight, Jay. I love revenge games as much. Probably a little less than you do. But yeah, this is a huge revenge spot. You lose on your home floor by 19 points. You shot 23% from three-point range. This is a team that shoots 35 three-point attempts a game in conference and is making 12 of them. So when you only shoot that percentage, that's pathetic. They went 14 for 25 from the line. That didn't help either. But I think that it's just going to really come down to guys like Adam Pickett and Kyle Zunich and Nick Smith being able to do what they've done in games versus lesser tier opponents in the Big South. I think tonight, if Winthrop doesn't show some fucking brass balls and serve up some cock soup to Radford, I don't know what the fuck I'm doing betting college basketball, because this is the pure example of situational motivation that any college basketball team has, especially a team like Winthrop, who has proven over and over again they are a solid, true road team to bet on. So I'm taking Winthrop, and I'm definitely going to jump on the money line for half a unit.
Cock soup is bad, right?
Yes.
I like that. I might have to hop on that money line too, Max.
You know
I like
what?
that.
I like Winthrop too, but let's hammer one more game before the show ends.
Yeah, Max, I wanted to ask you, Louisiana Monroe at Texas State, the total opened at 141. It's down to 138.5, and the spread is 5.5. It dropped to 5. Texas State is 21-5, and Louisiana Monroe is 13-11. Why do you think the spread is moving towards Louisiana Monroe?
Yeah, I'm just thinking that probably because of Dyshawn Smith. This is a very capable scorer in the Sun Belt. Probably one of the most exciting players to watch. He can literally take a game over all by himself. He scores at all three levels of the court. He can hit a three. He hits an inside perimeter shot, and he is not afraid to take it to the bucket. I think that Texas State is going to have to play their usual stellar under 30% three-point defense versus this Louisiana Monroe team. The one thing that they do have going for them is the fact that Louisiana Monroe is definitely a better home team. They definitely thrive on the home environment, and I think that this Texas State Bobcat team is on a mission. I love Nigel Pearson. I think Alex Peacock has the potential to be the best big man on the floor tonight, and I'm gonna be going with Texas State. I'm gonna be using Texas State in my cheapo parlays, and I'm gonna jump on the -5, and I'm also gonna jump on the -4.5. So I'm gonna split one unit between -5, and then I'm gonna buy half a point to -4.5.
Beautiful, beautiful breakdowns, Max. Max, I'm sorry we can't get to more games, but your breakdowns are spectacular, and I'm sorry. I know that you wanted to talk about more games, and we couldn't get to them, so I apologize for that. Max, do you have a LoBag play of the day you want to share with the squad?
Yeah, unfortunately, I've already spoken about it, and I'm just going to take Jacksonville State as my play of the day, -10. With that being already spoken about, I do have a couple other games that I felt really strongly about. Let me just grab my mouse here. Obviously, I'm very enamored with what UConn's doing without Jalen Adams and Altrique Gilbert in the lineup. I think tonight UConn is in a great spot to go into SMU, and if they can contain Jamal McMurray, they don't have to worry about a lot of hardcore shooting because we know what Jimmy Witt does. He's a great point guard, but he's a terrible shooter. I think that UConn's definitely worth a look, but as my best play, as my LoBag play of the day, I am going to jump on Appalachian State +2. I think tonight this is a team that is shown at home over and over again. If you bet against them, you will lose. The line hasn't moved in Georgia State's favor when on paper Georgia State should be able to destroy App State. I think App State's turned a corner in conference play. I look for Justin Forrest and Rohad Shabazz to be able to cover this 2 points, if not win the game tonight. So give me App State as my LoBag play of the day.
Well, App State. And you can get that on the money line at 5 dimes at +120. And I will jump on the LoBag play of the day. App State money line +120 available at 5 dimes. Okay, quickly, we got to roll through this really quickly. We are going to be sticking around for King's Court, but quickly, can we thank you guys so much for joining us. Whale Capper, where can we find you on Twitter, and where can we find you on other shows going on?
Well, at @whale_capper on Twitter, all my content's concentrated there. So everything I'm doing, you can track down on my Twitter page.
Beautiful, beautiful. I follow you, man. You are one of the best follows in the game. J Money, where can we follow you on Twitter, and what are you up to?
Yeah, man, y'all know y'all can follow me at JMoneyIsMoney on Twitter, man. Y'all know y'all catch me on King's Court every day at 7 o'clock Eastern, 4 p.m. Pacific. You know what I'm saying? We finna rock it out right now in about 20 minutes, man. Y'all make sure y'all tune in.
Ski Profit, my man, absolutely love hanging with you. Where can we find you on Twitter?
At Ski Profit, and make sure y'all come hang around for King's Court. We got a lot to talk about.
A lot to talk about.
Hey, this is King Real, and after the show, turning my back on Ski. I ain't got nothing to say to him because Lakers are gonna lose. Pass the mic.
Love it, absolutely love it. Trotwam, where can we find you?
Y'all can find me back on King's Court. Just don't worry about it. Don't worry about anything he said.
And also, say you got one more, man?
Good, bro.
Okay, and also our man DJ Big Boss. That's all lowercase. DJ Big Boss. Follow him on Twitter. Another incredibly fun guy to follow. And then before we get to Maxwell Smart, I'm going to go over the plays that I've added for the morning show. I was on the UCF Cincy under 128 and a half at -112. These are the plays I've added. IPFW +10, -103 at Penny. Michigan, Minnesota under 131.5 at -115. Sacred Heart +2.5 at -109. Winthrop +5.5 at -104. I almost took the money line, decided to take the points. And then Appalachian State +120 on the money line. That's the play of the day from Max. I'm on that at 5 dimes. Those are my additions. Quickly going over my NHL card. I'm off Capitals Leafs. I'm off Hurricanes Panthers. I'm on the Devils -1.5 at +202. I believe I would have to double check exactly how bad I beat that move, but that could be a 50 cent. That could be one of my record line move beats of the year. I think I'm going to beat that line move by 50 cents. It looks like Duchesne definitely out of line, maybe Stone too as well. I'm on the Rangers -1 and 11, -1 on money line. I'm doubling up on the Sharks Penguins under 7 at -120. That's on from Heritage, and the money line at -105. I'm on the Flyers money line at +137. I'm on Lightning -1.5 at +105. Predators -1.5 at +120. I'm off the Blues Stars game, and then I'm on the Islanders money line at -120 and the Coyotes money line at +111. My 3 NBA plays, and I may add more when we break down the games on King's Court in 15 minutes. I'm on Sixers -5.5 at -105. I'm on the Boston-Milwaukee under 228 -110 at Bovada. And then I'm on the Rockets -3 at +100.
Don't.
And that's why we friends. And that's why we friends.
Available physical. Man, I can't. Please stick around for King's Court. We're going to deep dive. And who made the word deep dive famous? My man, Whale Capper. We're going to deep dive into these NBA.
Nope. All the Laker fans who deep dive thinking Lakers going to win a championship. Y'all diving. Deep.
Deep dives with no tank. Maxwell Smart, thank you so much for joining us, and all the low baggers. Maxwell Smart, can you let us know where we can find you on Twitter, and then can you put a bow on this show and say goodnight to our great cappers that join us on the low bag chat?
Yeah, of course. Obviously, you guys can find me at Maxwell Smart 420. I'm always down to DM, comment. Even if you talk shit, I probably won't respond, but that's okay. You can also find me on my YouTube channel, MaxwellSmart420. I'd probably be going on once King's Court is done, so I can talk about some more college basketball. So if you guys are down for that, come do that. I talk about a lot of strippers and a lot of cussing. Obviously, this is the premier show to watch between 5:30 and 6:45 every day, 5 days a week. So make sure you're in here. Become part of the LoBag family. We're a great crew. We'll help you cash, help you get that boat or that summer house. And of course, you guys had the pleasure of being able to witness and see and hear some fucking fantastic cappers. Come back in about 13 minutes, watch King's Court, see these guys some more, get to know them. Just enjoy the fact that you have this privilege. And let's cash, let's serve cock soup, let's support local strippers. That's what we do best. Have a great night, guys.
Max, I love you, bro.
Beautiful.